until and unless you are really at peace with the ending of the relationship, you can get sucked into these daily fights and these daily battles and these arguments about things that really in the scheme of things don't matter.
Because there's still this, it's your fault kind of feeling.
Right. That's right.
Maybe your point, you're like, but I left because you did something. So that
Right.
niggling feeling is always behind your.
Mm-hmm. That's right. You're always trying, and that's what I tell women. If you could have gotten that whatever from him, you would have. You have to be at peace with never getting it, right? Here's an example. For years, I was so hurt by the fact that I didn't believe my ex-husband could ever say to me or believe that I was a good mother. And all I wanted was for him to say that I was a good mother. And I finally, over years, and it finally healed that, because my kids and myself are the only ones that know the depth of that relationship and understand that relationship, right? So just an example, but you are holding yourself in pain, and you are holding yourself back, waiting to get something from someone that you'll never get. When I first started to be kind to him, he probably was like, oh, this is fake, or this isn't going to last, or this is whatever, right? But I just think that over time, he hasn't had a choice but to look at the totality of my actions and surmise that, okay, well, if somebody does all of these kind, loving gestures, I guess they actually have good intentions and actually are kind.
This process takes a lot of time, and it's not going to happen overnight. And I think when I'm asking but how do you do it kind of questions, that's the piece that is really important to drive home to anybody who's listening and maybe having a really hard time with their ex, is that the special sauce is probably consistency over time. So you
absolutely
showed up with your best self, and your current husband show up as your best selves over and over and over again, so that your genuineness is undeniable. It finally becomes undeniable, and like, okay, I guess this is just how.
Absolutely. Yeah, and you can't go faster than the slowest person is willing to go. So you have to have a lot of patience. And you don't need someone else's permission or agreement or approval to change the relationship for the better. And you don't need to, I have an idea in my mind of what my relationship with my ex-husband is, because I'm responsible for what I bring to it, the intentions I bring, the actions I bring, all of that. He probably has a very different idea of he's not out, coaching people like I am, writing books and coaching people and, all this stuff on what a great divorce he had, because maybe that wasn't his experience, but I'm happy with where it is now. It feels good to me. I don't know if it feels good to him. I think it feels good to him. He's never actually, told me that. I don't think that men necessarily have those words. But, I can create my reality, and that is within my control. And that is totally up to me, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.